Hi, I'm Rick Buhe from Dr. B's Guitars, and I deal with painful guitar playing, repetitive motion injuries with guitarists and stringed instrument players, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about some things you can do to help with that, products to help alleviate pain. So when we're dealing with products to alleviate pain, the first thing we should talk about is products that you should not use when you're trying to work on your guitar skills. And the biggest thing for me is squeezers to build hand strength. They make a couple of them that are specifically addressed toward guitar and get your fingers beefed up and super strong because you need them to push down on the strings. So Farrant, if you look at some of Farrant's earliest stuff, he was a guitar player and he didn't need super strength to open jars and turn wrenches to be able to play a scarily excellent guitar. And it's the same thing with Ellen. She's the little bass player that you've seen grow up on YouTube. We wouldn't go to them and say, hey, I can't get this lug nut loose on my truck, can you do it for me? Because we wouldn't assume that they have grip strength to crush rocks in their hand, but yet they play guitar or bass beautifully. And so the whole issue that you must strengthen to be able to play is actually false. They're actually wearing on your fingers, and you're going to get a few less notes in at the end of your life because you use those things and strain joints that you don't need to strain if you're not using strength producing things. So my whole issue here is don't produce strength with your fingers. It is far more important, as with these very young players, that you develop agility and coordination between your two hands if you want to play fast. So less strength, more dexterity. Good products to use can be as little as pennies, a rubber band where you just kind of move it around and move the fingers. Put the rubber band on the next two fingers. Not something that's a big TheraBand that again gets you into the strength and strain issue. It's just about movement. It's about moving the fingers. You don't need anything at all. You can just take your fingers and move them one at a time and flex them. Anything that gets those tissues moving. We're talking the joints, we're talking about a particular ligament or tendon that either holds your finger in place or pulls to move your finger. Anything like that, you're warming up those tissues. You're getting them ready to go. Those are the kinds of products that I would usually lean toward. Some other categories that are not necessarily products to address pain, but you can use things like warm packs before you play, after you play. I often take just a single pill of an anti-inflammatory after I strain or hike or do something that's a little unusual for me. So you can use just a single Tylenol or a single Advil unless you've been advised you can't take those things to address inflammation that might come from playing, and ice. I know Tylenol is not real popular these days, but I've been a nurse for a lot of years, and taking a Tylenol when you've strained something is probably not going to hurt you. Teaching your mind to talk to one finger at a time, teaching your fingers to respond by themselves is kind of a key part of not wasting motion and being able to play. So my whole goal here is to help you warm up those tissues, get ready to play before you play to help alleviate pain or prevent repetitive motion injuries. So here's the guy who says avoid repetitive motion injury by moving your fingers a whole lot. The big difference here is repetitive motion injury is usually moving your fingers with some force. What I'm talking about when you're warming up for guitar is that you want to move things gently. You just want to move them. You don't want to move them under tension at first. Some of the products I'm developing, for example, will encourage you to move your fingers, move them independently, but lightly, not strain and force until you've notified your hands and fingers and shoulder that it's time to be doing the guitar stuff. I'm working on a product right now that is a finger dexterity unit. And so you slip it on a finger and you rotate it by using only one other finger to do it. This product is going to teach you to move your fingers lightly because there's no force to it, but it's also going to start to teach you to concentrate on isolating those movements so that fingers don't think they have to work in pairs or trios. I'm coming up with several products like that to address issues with getting yourself ready to play and teaching your fingers how to work independently. I hope this gave you some food for thought, and I want you to think about some of the things you can do. Again, to review, strength is not necessary. 6-year-old kids can play guitar. Warm up is essential. Both light warm up, just general moving, playing the guitar, but playing lightly and just putting your fingers through fretting motions and strumming motions before you get into the actual drive of playing guitar. So hope this helped. Have a good day. Again, I'm Rick from Dr. B's Guitars, and I look forward to hear from you, and thanks for watching my channel.